guys get this, right? So the challenge is you open one of the envelopes, you take a look what's inside, and then try to figure out what's in the other ones. Who would like to go first? Okay, Steven, do you want to go? See what's in it. It's an apple. Can we figure out what's in the other ones? That's an apple. Can you put the envelope back here so that everybody can see it and the apple with it? What do you think is in the other ones? What do you think?
I think that a pear is
Why do you think that?
because this one already has the apple, and the apple can't have a pear because then the orange would have the orange. And it was labeled them so that could be. So that's complicated.
Really good logic.
Nice.
Really.
Do you want to check?
So do you want to repeat it for everybody to hear? Do you want to repeat your logic,
So since this has the apple, then the apple can't have a pear. And because then the orange would have an orange. And they've been mislabeled so that just couldn't happen.
Yeah? Okay.
You want to check whether you have it right? It's a pear.
Okay.
What's in this one, guys? It must be the orange. You want to check?
Yeah. So,
So we have another one. I'd like to guess now. Somebody here raised their hands before. You want to would you like to go? It's okay. Alright. So who would like to go next? Okay. Is your name Dorothy? Pick one of the envelopes. Take a look. Take a look what's inside. Let's see if we can figure out what is in the other envelopes. That's a pear. Can you put the envelope back here so that everybody can see? Put the envelope here and see what's inside. So this was the sign, was an apple. There was a pear inside. But do you know what's in the other ones? Why should this be in the orange? What do you think? Yeah, very nice. They're going to be right, yeah? Because all of them are mislabeled. You want to check? Good job. See, look at that's the orange. What's in this one, guys? The apple. Would you like to check whether it's the apple?
What would happen if we did this with 4 of them?
wow.
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a good question. Right. It's a good question. It will be more difficult. Okay. So, yeah.
That's the apple, right?
Okay, cool. So let's try those.
Oh, this is a slightly different game. So here are the 3 envelopes. What do you think is in? So this one says there are oranges in there. This one says apples, and this one says that there are both oranges and apples. Now, unfortunately, all of the envelopes are again mislabeled. So what could be in this one? What could be in this one if it's mislabeled? Do we have apples in there? Yeah, we could have apples in there. What else could we have in there?
The orange and the apple.
We could have both apples and oranges in this box, right? What could it be in this box? Could it be all the apples? It's mislabeled, you remember? It
Could be.
Yeah, this could be. It could be all apples or all oranges. Could it be mixed? No, because it's mislabeled, right? What's about this one? Mixed or just orange, okay? So we will play the same game. Somebody will open an envelope and we will try to figure out whether, what is in each envelope. So who do you want to do? Do you want to pick an envelope? It's your choice, whichever you want. Tell us what's in it. Okay, so this was the box with the oranges, with the envelope with the oranges. No, he has good logic. What do you think is in the other ones? Anybody had a thought? Majid, you want to try? This one has both and this has oranges. This one has the oranges, right? This one has the apples. No? What do you think, Roger?
I think the apple is with the orange. I think the apple is with the orange.
So you think the apples are in this one? And then what would be in this one?
She'll be in kindergarten.
And the orange is by itself in this one, in the middle that used to be the apple, right? So we already know that.
Oh, so the orange will be with the
Majid, why did you say a second ago? Right?
because it will be because first I said the apple first I said orange will be with at first I said no, that one had apple orange, so then the orange will be red, so but then orange.
You think that this is going to be what? Apples? Yeah, you think this is going to be all the apples? You want to, Majid, what did you say a second ago? You said the same thing, right? Yes? Okay, so you guys, even if you can check this one, and then you can check that one. Let's play it once more because if they end up putting the... Do we have another sense? Good job, guys. Okay, so we have another one here. Okay. Oh, we don't have big yet. Let's see. It's practically the same game, right? They may not have
Practically the same thing except the sun is fucked up.
Okay. Rashid, do you want to try? Rashid, pick the envelope with the picture of the apple on it. And we have oranges on the inside. Good, okay. So who wants to figure out what's in the other ones? Kamiti, do you want to try?
This is going to be mixed and this is going to be apple.
How do you know?
Because if this was apple, then this would be both mixed.
That would be the mix, and is that allowed? No, because we switched the sign, so I checked. So you said that would be the mixed. Good job. Nice logic, right? Good. I would like to check this one. So this one, which one is that? That's the apples, right? Good job, guys. Okay. Yeah, we have another game for you.
Okay, so let's play this game. So imagine that all of you are wizards. What does it mean? Are you clever or what? Clever, yeah. You are wizards and you are clever anyway, yeah? Wizards or not, you are all clever, yeah? So imagine that all of you are clever and all of you know that all of you are clever, yeah? So you know that all the kids around are clever, yeah? And they know that you are clever, yeah? So, we have 3 hats, 2 green ones and 1 yellow. We'll select 2 of you, and the most brave one will start, yeah? So, okay, we have them already. Okay, and I'll ask you to close your eyes, and I'll put 2 hats out of the 3 on your heads. After that, you will see your hat, and you will see Gregory's hat and your knife, yeah? So, but you won't see the color of your own hat. And looking at the other hat, you have to figure out what color of your hat is, yeah? Okay, yeah? And then, of course, the third one I'll hide from you, yeah? You will, of course, see both hats. But what should you do? Be quiet. Let them play. Let them figure that out. And especially to parents who are still here, you know, you should be quiet, okay? I know you're excited, but it's better to be quiet. Okay? Ready? Okay. Let me mix them all together. Now you close your eyes. Okay. Now open your eyes and look at each other.
You see? Okay.
I think I know what color hat I have.
Yeah, okay. Which one?
The green one.
The green. Why the green one?
Because he has the yellow and there's two green ones. So I must have the green one and you must have hidden the other one.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that what you actually wanted to say is that there is only one yellow, yeah? So if he has a yellow, you can't have a yellow, yeah? Okay? Yeah? Agree? Okay. Now, let's try to play again. Who wants to play? Wow! Okay.
Okay, I think we should make more hats.
More hats? Eventually, make more hats. Oh, you want to split?
No,
Well, let's play a little bit like that, okay?
No, I want to have more hats so half of us could have one set of hats and the other could have like mixed up. Every person has different hats and then trying to figure out which
Okay, so just let's try to figure out what we
Stay on
have
the
now.
same page.
Yeah, yet. Then we may change our mind and do that. Okay, who wants to play? Oh, everybody. Okay, let's select you two, yeah? So you close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Sorry. Okay, now you can open your eyes and turn to each other. Any suggestions? You think you are yellow? Why do you think so? Huh? There are two greens. So if there are two greens, well, just do you have something that you want to say? Say it.
When I was yellow, I didn't say an answer because it said if he was green, then and since there are two greens, you don't know if you're yellow or green. Because there are two greens.
You can have green hat. Nobody precludes you from having a green hat. There are two green hats. If he has a green hat, you also can have one. Yeah. So So you still think that you have a green one or yellow? So what do you think?
Oh,
Huh?
you just said it. I didn't look at it. I didn't look at it. I didn't see
Okay. So what do you think? What do you think you have? Why?
because he has a yellow, so that means I have green.
Why does it mean that you have a green? Okay, so why didn't you say that at the very beginning? Why didn't you say that immediately? See, you made her think differently just because you didn't think your answer immediately. Yeah? Yeah, you didn't do what she did. Yeah? Okay, let's try again. Okay. Who wants to try? Okay, who wants to try? Okay, do you want to try both of you? Okay? Try. Okay? Yes? Come here, come close. Close your eyes. Everybody closes their eyes. Yeah?
No, sometimes then you should say, I don't know.
Okay.
That's the right answer.
You can open your eyes and look at each other and everybody Okay, wait. Show it to everybody.
25% chance to win.
Okay, well, just what did I say? What did I say? Okay. Okay. Yep. Sorry. Okay, I'll help you. I'll do your test.
Because I want like
Well, no. Well, just see, the thing is that our wizards are really smiley, too smiley. They just like laugh. Don't pay attention to them. Just think what you think. We have two, funny wizards. So, what are your thoughts?
dot is right here.
No. You have a dot on the right place. Everything is fine. So,
Okay. Still think that
huh?
I have green.
Why do you think you have green?
That
Well,
was-
you are a smart wizard. You have to explain that. If I say I think that you have yellow,
But a magician never says his secrets. Well, if you say that you think you have green, that would imply that I have yellow. So I think I have yellow.
well, see, that's the problem, because he didn't play like a smart wizard. You made a suggestion. So again, you are all smart wizards. You have to, if you know something, you have to say that, but you can't guess. Just guessing won't work.
If he knows he's green,
He said he doesn't know. He said he thinks it's a difference.
so in that case, I could be green or yellow. But if he knew that he was green for sure, then I would most definitely be yellow.
Okay, good.
But he says he thinks he's green, so I could be green or yellow, so that's not really helpful.
Well, no, it helps. It helps if you think. He said he thinks.
So he could either be green or yellow, so that means I'm wearing green.
Yeah. Okay, so let me
Yeah.
explain to you what was happening here. So, if you are a smart wizard, you say something only if you are sure, okay? You could be sure if you saw a yellow dot here, yeah?
My daughter
But since
just
you
told
don't
me
see
why
a
she
yellow
said
dot here, you can be sure. So you are staying silent, okay? You are staying silent.
multiple choice situation.
You don't say, "I
really
think."
don't know a few problems.
No, you stay silent. What do you?
Then she
You
said,
stay
"No, I don't
silent.
know the answer, so
He
I
stays
have-
silent.
If I
What do
say
you
I
think?
don't know, I
I
have
think he's
zero.
yellow.
If I just guess, I have
You see, do you think he's yellow?
Well, if
what I told you
he
yesterday.
Do you think he's yellow?
well, actually, I would think he would be
We
yellow.
don't have blind wizards here, yeah? We all can see the dots. So do you think he's yellow?
Not right now, I
No,
don't.
no. And before?
No. I don't get it.
Okay, so what's happening? What do you see? Do you see yellow?
No, I see green.
Yes, that's it. Statement. So, yes.
Do you think to guess who is doing
We have these problems with these apps.
Because if you are a wizard, yeah, you see a yellow dot on somebody. Then you can immediately figure out that you have green because there is only one yellow dot.
Yes, but
But now,
there's all of us. We're all wizards, so and
okay, so all wizards, can you tell me how the wizards, who can explain how the wizards that have two green hats can figure that out? Yes.
if one looks at another and sees it's green, and the other wizard looks at another and sees green, then they might think they're yellow, but they're not. You're not sure, so you're probably saying we're not sure because smart wizards, when they don't know, they just like kind of give up.
Yeah, and they say we are not sure, or they stay silent. Yeah, that's the same thing. So they stay silent for a while. Yeah, and then what happens? What do you think? What happens? You are a smart wizard.
If you're a smart wizard, then they'll stand there for a while quiet,
They want
and
me
then
to
they'll
take you
say,
to other?
like,
There maybe there's just like this, but
So what would you say?
I would say, I think him saying, I think I'm green
Well,
Because I
again,
already know he is.
look, I'm a smart wizard, okay? I see green.
Let's go to some other
I don't see yellow. So I think, okay, I can be green or I can be yellow. But then I start thinking, but he's also smart, yeah? If I had a yellow dot here, he would already say to me, you know, I have green. If I have a yellow here, he is smart. He would figure out the color of his hair, but he is staying silent. So any of us can be smart enough to say, if we are staying silent for a while, it means, what does it mean?
That both of us have green.
Yes, that both of us have green pads. Yeah? Do we all understand that? Okay, let's try and see whether we do understand this or not. Do you want to try?
I want to try again.
Okay, fine, let's try it.
You know this game
We
already.
can split up
Let's
into
try
a couple
to
groups of different people.
Do you want to split up or?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Since there is another table there, we can split. Who wants?
Buddy, there are many other
You can
games.
stay
Let's go
here.
other
Okay, fine. So who wants to go to that table? You have smaller kids. Better to go.
Do you want to try it?
Let's change the game. There are so many games to learn. You learn this already. Buddy,
Okay. I'm sorry. Hello. We ended up with two. I think we have to be together.
Oh, okay.
There are two kids only.
But one over there.
Huh?
There's two. There's a couple over here.
Two. I think we will move.
All right, I'm sorry. Here, let's move back together.
Why don't you do the activity here?
Yay! Activity time.
All right.
Activity time.
So, close your eyes. We're going to do...
Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
All right, you're going to look at each other. Now, well, just a minute. How about let's try it this way. Raise your hand if you know your color. So think about that. She knows her color. And think about that. He doesn't know his color. So what do you think? What's your color? Right, if this is yellow, yours has to be green. Right? And she knew what your color was. Does that tell you something? I mean, she knew what her own color was. Does that tell you something about her color? What does that tell Exactly. If yours were green, she wouldn't know your color. So you knew yours was yellow. All right, should we try again? You two want to try? All right, the hat try. All right. So mix them up.
Quickly. Just have a nice one.
Another one. I'm going to watch this one and then we can play the next one.
Which this one?
You can watch now. It's okay. You can watch. All right.
You will be the next one.
So you're going to look at each other. So they can't see their own color. They can only see the other one. So raise your hand if you know what your color is.
I can.
Nobody's raising their hand.
Okay, so we know our colors.
Now raise your hand if you know what your color is. Whoops, don't look. All right. Do you want to explain? You can look now.
I know what my color is now because we were both staring at each other and we didn't know what color we were, so we were both green.
Good. Do you want to say that in a different way?
We were both silent, and he said that
That you are both
somebody
smart, that's what I said.
Yes. So
So if you
we would have talked shocked if we knew what our color was.
Because if your hat was yellow, how would he have reacted?
I would have said, like, oh, I know what my color is green. Because if he's yellow, there's only one yellow.
Good. Do you want to try?
I'll play this.
Those caps, I like to cute my hair.
Let's see. We need 2 people. Do you want to play with her? All right. I'm mixing
Well, the
them up.
next one will be actually more difficult. We'll play with 5 cards.
Yes!
Wait, don't look.
Don't look.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
now I know.
Now you can look.
Okay, this is easy.
So you're going to look at his hat. Remember, you don't know what you're wearing, but you do know that there are altogether 2 greens and a yellow. So don't say what his color is, but look at it and see if you can figure out what your color
Can you figure
is.
out what your color is? What? Green.
I know his color.
Okay, don't tell him his color. But do you know your color now? Well, she said she knows hers.
That means it's yellow.
Okay.
I don't know. Oh, that means it's yellow.
5 cards. 5 cards. Okay.
Why don't you do the 5?
Okay. So we are ready to be even smarter, more smarter wizards. Okay. So now let's look at the cards.
What if we all had green?
So we have 3 green cards and 2 yellow cards. And let's take that.
2 yellows and 3 greens? Okay.
That's what we have, okay? For your information. Okay? We have 2 yellows and 3 green cards. And we'll have 3 wizards. 3. Yeah? Okay. Who wants to play? Okay, let's start with you 3, okay? And then we'll move on. Okay. So, now 3 wizards close their eyes. Okay? 3 wizards close their eyes. So, who can help me to hold it? Good. Okay, now I think, and you actually can look, be silent, yeah? Okay, now you can open your eyes, hold your hat, you will be a holding hat wizard,
So
okay?
take a good look at everybody's color.
Okay, what do you think?
I think that I have green.
Why do you think so?
Because there's only 2 yellows.
Yeah.
And I can't really say.
Say. You see, the thing is that, well, one of the wizards in this
Because
situation
in the
has
way.
a better chance than the others, because it so happens that I created that chance for you. Okay, I helped you. So one has a better chance. You're not cleverer than them. You just have a better chance. Yeah. So what do you think?
I think that I have green.
Why?
Well,
Look at that and try to explain it. Because one of the things
but
that is really important
I
in
can
Lord-
only say, the only thing I have in mind is if I give their colors away.
you have to give their colors.
Okay, because she has yellow and he has yellow, so I just like green, so there's only 2.
Here we go.
Yeah, do you understand? You just had no chance. Because she saw 2 of you and she would be faster. And that's what you're supposed to do.
put that down.
Because
You're
if
gonna
you
wear it
are
out.
not fast,
Okay, now let's
then you will
expand
give
on
them the
that.
wrong information.
So let's move back a little bit.
Okay, because the time you think is actually giving away something. So it's not just the color you see, but also the time you think. Yeah? Is it true?
Can we try again?
Okay, let's try it
Actually, I
again.
have one thing. I didn't say anything. Not at all. Because you I can be green.
That's why you stay silent. And that's the same thing. Yeah? Okay, hello?
And I was the only one who
Who wants to play the next one? Okay. Well, you know, we're wizards.
I know my color. Well, we know like the K1, and then these 2 green. We're all doing kind of the same thing. But we have to wait until like they do half.
Okay.
Well, it does, but the thing is that the one who says that already opens that.
That's an idea.
Yes, you did. Okay, so who wants to play? You two, you didn't play, but one of you I'll play.
So here we go.
Who wants to play game?
Let's have Chinula
And
You would. Okay, good. You will be next. Yeah, he was see, like a wizard. He was faster. You have to be fast with a wizard. Not just smart, but also
Okay,
fast.
so let's just remind them what now. Okay, this is what
Okay,
we have.
so you close your you close your eyes. Okay.
Now, when you put your hat on, Lulu, to do the pigtails, you're going to have to
Whoever is playing, close his eyes.
Okay?
Okay.
So we have, again, we have, on the count of three, Lula, and Lula are all going to close their eyes, and the rest of us are not going to say anything. And then when I ask you, what do you know the color of your hat, you're only allowed to say what? Well, they want to say yes.
Okay.
And
And no, that's it, that's the only.
You can
word.
open your eyes.
Okay, Lula? Okay.
Take
so
your time.
On count of three, ready? 1, 2, 3. Close your eyes. Lulu, close your eyes. Okay, so this hat is for Lula, keep your eyes closed.
Remember, okay, these are the classic colors.
Is for Luca Russell to pull the hat off her head so she can keep her hands in front of her eyes. Excellent. Keep your eyes closed. And then Lulu, you're going to have to hold yours on. Do you feel it up
Okay,
there?
let me ask you, what's actually happening?
Put your hands up there.
What do you think? What's happening?
Are
Are you answering something? What's happening?
Okay, hold on. This is the paper I have. You can open your eyes.
What's happening? Well, can you explain what's happening for
Open your
you?
eyes open.
What do you
And
think?
the question is, do
we might
Huh?
need another person.
You can't say your color. You can figure that out. Yeah? Can you? Can you figure your color out?
We might need another person.
good,
No,
yes
but I
or
think
no?
she
And I'm going to do one thing.
Wait.
Just move your hat just a little bit
Do
like
you know
this,
your color?
so when you
No.
hold it.
Do you know your color? Do you know your color? No. Why don't you know your color?
Because
So,
there's a
okay, so-
yellow and a green,
So wait, so-
and I don't know am I yellow or green.
Raise your hand if
Okay,
you know
why don't you know?
before you're absolutely positive what color your hat is.
There's 2 yellows and 1 green, so there's 3 possibilities.
Okay, what do you think?
Okay, so don't take your hat off. I'm just saying what you're wearing.
Okay, so look.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, look.
What is yours?
Now let me tell you what
What's
you
yours?
could think, yeah?
What's yours?
So, let's say you see 2 green hats, yeah? You think you can have a yellow or green. You don't know, yeah?
Take it off, Luke. I mean, look at
Because
it.
you have yellow.
Here, Noah.
You have a green hat, yeah?
Were you
You
ready?
see yellow and green. You don't know. Yeah?
Yes.
See, if you had yellow,
Fine.
if you had yellow,
Okay, she was good.
okay, how
Now,
good?
here's the way we also set up this game. Now, what
What would be-
we also set up this game where I'll tell you, I'm
figured that
information.
It's more of a chance that I would have green.
It's not a chance.
You
It's
won't
direct, okay?
always
See, they are all wizards. That's what you are trying to forget, okay? And you shouldn't. We are all wizards here. We are all clever. So the one out of these 2 green,
That was
that
one
was-
scenario where you
you are too
actually.
smart, so let's calculate. So the ones of these 2 that have green dots,
Okay.
let's see,
And then
I
has
see
the
this
and
one.
then the second,
I also have yellow, the second yellow.
then
Then that third one would be really smart, and she would say, but I have green.
on the
And
count
she's
of
not
three,
saying
Ian,
that.
Alexander,
She's not saying that, she's not saying that, she's not saying that.
close your
What color
eyes.
should you have?
Ready? 1, 2, 3, close your eyes. This one.
What color
You
do
might
you
have
have?
told us okay. All right, open your eyes.
I don't know because if she has yellow
The
and,
question is, do you know
she has
the
green,
color?
then it might be, then I might be green or yellow because there's 2 yellows.
Now, these are the
Question,
hats that
what
we
was
have.
happening with
I'm hiding
2
two.
hats
You can
when
look
you
at each
had
other.
2 green
Yeah,
hats?
look at
What
each
was
other. Do
happening?
you know the color of your hat? You can only say yes or
If you
no.
stay silent for a while,
Okay,
what
can I
is
ask you
happening?
to hold
That
this
means you don't know your
on the
color.
side?
No.
That's it. Don't say, don't
With 2
count
green
any
hats,
colors, but you
eventually
can say
somebody
yes
says,
or
oh,
no.
I have
You
green,
know the
and
color.
why do
So
you
he
say
knows
that?
the color of his hat.
But don't say anything.
No, with 2 hats, you have 2 green hats.
So now you know the
how
color
the
of
game
your
goes.
hat.
So if he knows the color
They are
of his
first
hat,
class silent.
do either
Yeah.
of you know the color of your
And then
hat?
somebody
You
said, but
do?
I have green.
Okay.
Did you
Because
know
if I had
each of
yellow,
you, Alexander and Thomas,
then
you
the
know
other
color
one
of your
would
hat
figure
before
that
he
out,
said
yeah?
yes?
Yes.
Now, there are 3 of them.
You did
There's
it?
nothing
And what he
different.
said helped you.
These 2 that have green hats, he has no chance.
Well, if you
He
look
has a
at this
yellow one.
picture,
But these 2
and
that
he
have
said
green hats,
definitively, I know what
can
color my
think,
hat
you know,
is. Did
if
that
I
help you
had,
now? Did that help
he
you,
thinks,
Alexander?
let me be him.
When he said
If
he knew
I
what color
had
hat
a
he
yellow
had?
hat,
Okay, all right, let's
Then
do it
the
again.
other
All
one
right,
with
so
the
go
green
back to the
hat
color
would
hat.
see my yellow hat
No.
and would say,
What color
I
is
have
the hat?
green, but she's silent.
Oh, what color
That
is your
means
hat?
what cat do you have?
What color is yours?
Green. Yeah? Do you want to try again?
Yeah.
Why did
Okay,
you
let's
say
see
what
what's
color
going
was
on.
your hat?
Yeah, I'm going again.
I'm gonna go again.
Okay.
Why, what color did you say you wanted to say that?
Okay.
Too bad.
So one of
too bad.
well, just there are two. Well,
Yellow and yellow.
He saw
Blink
two
twice.
yellow hats.
so three of you have. And come.
So he knew he was wearing
And then I
green.
have to play. And then
And that's why I asked you, Alex, and
Okay,
you said
fine.
yes. When he said
So
he knew his
again,
hat,
we
if
have-
that helped you. Take the hat off you.
No, come.
Yeah, no,
And I
do
have
it,
that
do it
green
once.
behind me.
Go. And I'll help you.
So that's what I wanted to
Yeah, I'll
know.
put-
His saying, I
Okay,
know
guys.
what
Close
color
your
my
eyes
hat
with
is.
Yes.
Okay, the hat
Close
line.
your eyes, please.
Try again.
Close
Please.
your
I
eyes.
think
Oh, with
this-
the guess
close
all
your
day.
eyes.
So this
time, next
This
time
might
maybe
be
we
hard
should
one,
change
but
the
they
wording
can
of
do
the
it.
question and
Alright,
say,
I don't know.
or should we say,
There you go.
are you guessing, you're even not sure, should I have asked?
Okay, well, I'll hold yours.
Okay, now you
Doesn't
can
matter.
open your eyes.
Okay,
person's
well,
looking at your
look at
hat.
each other. Come
No.
on. This is hard.
You're guessing or
Well,
for sure.
are you
This is hard for them.
You think it matters?
okay? Let's do it time-wise. I ask immediately. Can you give me an answer? What color of a hat you have?
That they're
Answer, all of you. Can you
So if
answer?
they're guessing, is
How
that
about this?
information
Can you
that they
answer
say,
what
yellow or
color of
green,
the hat
or
you
I
have?
don't
Remember,
ask
Remember,
you?
there are
Can you?
three greens and
Can you?
two yellows.
Does that help you?
No.
But if they know
Can
it
you?
for sure,
Can you?
that help you?
Can you?
All right, let's try it
Can you
again.
answer?
Okay,
No.
I think we need three
So
people.
let's-
Okay,
Let's
take the
wait a
hats
little
back.
bit. And I
Three
ask you.
green, two yellow, we have to
Again.
change that.
We're thinking, and I ask you again, can you answer?
Oh, so that's why you were
Yeah.
guessing, because if you didn't see his, so
think
you needed more
Okay,
information.
the rule is now,
You think
instead of
you
holding
may
the
have
hat like this,
green.
we'll hold
Why?
it on the side.
Yeah, that's right.
Because
Yeah, 'cause if I'm
nobody's
holding
saying
mine like that, you don't even know what I have.
And we've already done the yellow.
Okay, so we need three hat wearers.
So you think I am not smart and I would do a different one,
Okay, so
yeah?
Ian and Rocco.
Okay, well, maybe you're right. Okay, then yes, you are
Oh,
right,
they
you
all
have
want
green,
to.
but let me explain to you, what would you think? That's an interesting.
Let's do
Let's
Alexander
listen to
and
me.
Ian, because they each
Okay.
only have had one term
Okay.
before.
Let's
You guys
listen.
each had two, right?
When we
Okay, you wanna
put
go
the
again?
hats like
And then
that,
if we have
yeah?
time, we'll try to do another
The one who
Okay.
has a green, he can
Another
see
round,
two
if there's
yellow
time.
and he would
Okay.
immediately say green. So I asked once, and that guy already says, I see two
So,
yellow.
so watch what they have, and remember,
Okay,
the
now
only
I
thing you're
have
allowed to
this
say is
situation.
yes or
Yeah.
no. Okay,
And in
so
this
on the count of three,
situation,
close your eyes.
I
count
ask
yours.
once, you don't
Two,
know. Yeah, because,
three.
you know,
Okay,
each of
hide
you
that
can
one.
think, this
Hide
thinks,
that one.
I can have
Hide
yellow or
them.
green,
Time.
this
Hold your
thinks
hats
I
on
can
your head.
have yellow or
And I
green,
position
and
them
this
in
one
a way
also
where
thinks
you're
I can have
hold yours
yellow
on
or
your
green.
head.
Yeah?
Hold it on the
You
side,
can-
okay.
Then if
Open
I
your
ask the
eyes.
second time,
Do you?
then one of the
Oh,
two greens
the
think,
color
oh,
of your
but wait a minute. If I had a yellow one, then another green would say, I see yellow,
Hold it on the side,
and he
Alexander.
doesn't. Okay, then that's it.
Yes.
Okay, what's happening now? That's even more difficult, yeah? I ask once.
So,
Okay, yeah.
Ian,
Yeah.
how
I ask once,
could you
and
tell
nobody
what
sees two
color
yellow
your hat
hats,
is?
so
You
nobody
can say
answers.
colors now. It's okay.
Okay? I asked twice.
You think or you know?
Nobody sees
Not a
a
guess.
yellow and
Are
a
you
green.
totally 100%
And
sure? Would you
nobody
bet?
answers.
If I bet you $100
And I asked the
about what
third
color is your
time.
hat, would you
You
take that
are all
bet?
wizards. Nobody answered. What can it be?
Yes or no?
Yeah, okay.
Green. Wow.
He's meditating. So you might be,
Fantastic.
you think you know what yours is. Am I right? But you're not positive. Okay, so don't, no, now let's go back to no saying color names. Okay, we're allowed to keep saying the rules. We're CDL.
Yes
So-
or no?
So he's not sure what color his is.
I'm sure. We want to play.
You want to try?
Okay, well,
Yeah,
you bet me
go.
Okay,
$100.
let me
Probably.
Oh, probably, he says. Does that mean sure?
I need to finish.
Okay, all right, so this will be our
Greg,
Yeah,
you want to
last
play?
round.
Stevie,
Okay,
you want to
Okay,
play
we are
again?
playing the last round and then we'll doing something
Yes.
together.
Okay, so,
And
not 100%. So you're not totally sure,
Maybe-
you're
maybe we'll
100%
play
sure.
That's almost.
You're almost, but you're not totally, you're not
okay,
sure,
guys,
right?
if you want to play, close your eyes.
You're kinda, you
Try one
think
more
you
time.
know.
This like.
Then I want to ask,
Yeah.
One more time.
what color is your hat?
Green.
And why?
Because I thought there were 3 greens
Okay.
on that one and they both had green.
Now open your eyes and then see the
Alexander had
colors
green.
of the bottom of the hat.
But if you were wearing yellow, would you see that same?
Okay, do you know the color of your hat?
Probably not.
They were 2 yellows.
Gregory knows.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Okay, what if we
Don't?
show what's hidden? Should we do that and see if, and then see if you're willing to bet me?
Actually, I kind of saw a little yellow.
You know?
Oh, wow, okay, that's gonna have to.
Okay,
Okay, let's just see what yes.
green.
So you have even more information, right?
Exactly. How do you know that you have yellow?
What do you think the other one's gonna
He
be?
has green and I have green. That means and nobody would say anything. Yellow. Nobody would say. No, I didn't. Yellow. I didn't. Yeah. Nobody would say anything. I know what. First try, and I guessed a little bit.
Wasn't Gregory the one who
Speaking of it, gives you the information.
No, when he
you
raised his
so
hand,
sure,
I knew
right?
I was when I thought I knew what I didn't. I knew that.
All right, so we're ready. We're gonna get together with the other group now and hear more of the story. Can I collect your hand and display you guys? Good thinking.
I'm correct.
One hat, 2 hats, 3 hats. There one more?
Because you are a wizard.
I know what's in there.
Wizards are most.
I don't think those are mine. No?
No, see, we just proved that the girls are sometimes better wizards.
Oh, then never mind.
No.
No.
Because I had green and I
But
had
she
green
was
and
actually a lot of, times right. So, okay, I don't know what's funny.
How old are you?
Okay, next activity.
Should we just sit in the middle in a circle?
Yeah, why not?
All right, here, let's just all come together in the middle.
Yes.
Let's go in the middle. Next one.
Thank you guys.
Okay, so we're gonna get in a circle.
First, I'm second.
So that just get so you can see everybody else's face.
I can't see his. I can't see his.
Yeah, so you have to move so that everybody can see everybody's
I can't see your
face.
face.
All right, so I'm Rhodey and this is Laura. You each know one of us, right? So we were talking about this elf and this kingdom, and
She can't see.
oh, you didn't do that. No. Okay, so anyways, so one of the things in this kingdom that we're in doing all these games here is there was a king, and he had a daughter who was a very pretty princess, and she fell in love with the prince. But the king did not want the princess to leave him and marry the prince. She got to run away. He missed her too much. So he decided what any king would decide to do, which is what? Kill the prince. Exactly. So,
We won't go into the details.
yeah, actually, I'm not sure, Laura, what the
He wanted to kill him.
I don't know what the killing
I
method
know the answer.
Yeah,
intended was. Some killing method, right? So he's like, I'll just kill him. I'm the king. I can do what I want. So the princess begged the king not to kill the prince. And finally he said, okay. He said to the prince, you will have to pull a lot. You know what a lot is?
What?
Another kind of a lot, which is
Hockey.
another kind of lot. It's kind of like a raffle. Like, do you ever do something where you put tickets in a hat and somebody closes their eyes and pulls one out, and the one that you get is the one that you have to have?
Yeah.
All
So
right.
he's gonna do the ball. He's gonna put one in and to the princess one, and he's gonna ping.
Well,
And he's gonna. Someone's gonna pick out the ticket. And
it's not, we're not there yet. We have a lot of possibilities for suggestions.
Yeah.
Well,
So
imagine that the king was really bad. He told the prince that he will have 2 boxes, and one box will have a word life in it, and the other box will have a word death in it. And so the prince should choose one of the boxes. If he opens the box where it says life, he will be alive and he will marry a princess, yeah? But if he opens the box that says death, then he will be killed. Yeah? Yeah?
So I typed through a line already.
but remember we said he was a
But
raw.
the king was
Nice.
really not nice. He was really bad. And he originally wanted to kill the prince. So what do you think he did?
He wanted to kill the prince or the people of his kingdom.
Prince, yeah.
They both lost.
Huh?
They both lost and died.
How did you know?
Yes, exactly. So he took both boxes, he cut 2 pieces of paper, wrote death on both of them, and put them into boxes. So the princess found that out.
Because of course the king didn't do the writing himself. He had servants to do that. So we really said to his servant, write death on both of them. And the princess had overheard that.
So princess overheard that. She went immediately to the prince and she said, you know, we have a problem. There will be 2 boxes and each of them will have death in them. We have no chance. See, the thing is that if the prince went to the king and said, you know, I know you are cheating, you put 2 death in it, then the king could possibly actually kill the princess also because he knows who will tell the prince. Yeah? So prince couldn't do that. What we will do is, if you have a really good suggestion, yeah, you will first tell me that, okay? To let everybody think, okay? If you have the suggestion immediately.
Okay, maybe.
And then I'll, okay?
You tell it, no, maybe.
So, what prince, well, the question is, what if you are the prince, what will you do?
So tell her, Maeve, so no one else hears you here. So what do you think?
Oh, this is not a
Oh,
solution.
okay.
Okay.
Story before.
Have you heard the solution?
If you heard that story before,
Do you think there is a solution? Do you think there's a way for the prince to save his
I
life?
think I have. I know what the solution is. I will get there. Yes. Right away, just leave the castle over.
Huh?
You say leave right away. Leave. Yes, what? Leave with the princess right
So remember, one piece of paper says life. One piece of paper says death. So your suggestion, Rocco, is
He
we
should turn it over, and then he can say that it is that, but the prince actually turned it the other way to make it say death. And it says, yes, so life and death on both sides, and you're the life side. And then he chooses the same box that he had before that was life, and then he turns the paper over and he gets to life. Yes, that's what I thought. No, I thought something else.
Wait, hold on 1 second. I'm still trying to understand what Andrew and Rocco sound like you both listen to. He pulls out a piece of paper.
we don't have anybody who knows the solution.
Right. What does it say on it?
I think I know.
It says death on
But
it.
he thinks around. To the light side.
Oh, it's 2 different pieces of paper. Oh, yeah. 2
There's
different
one paper that
pieces.
says
It's
life.
the same
There's one
box
paper
that
that
he
has
did before
death,
and got
supposed
his
to.
life.
But he
But
put
now,
death on both.
then he turned it around and it says life.
It only says something on one side. One piece of paper says life on one side and nothing on the back. The other piece of paper says death on one side and nothing on the back. And there's all the king's servants with spears standing around him, and he's like, it's not really anything funny. Writing stuff
And the
down.
boxes are, you know, the same, you know, they look the same, you can't figure that out of the box.
So here, there's 2 pieces of paper. This is what they're supposed to say. Life and death.
I can't see.
They don't really say that word.
But the king put
I
both of
saw
them
orange
as
and banana.
death, okay?
Oh,
So that's what they are. So no, there's only on one side. That's all it says. On
So
the 2
actually,
papers.
yeah, whatever the prince pulls out is going to say what?
life. Orange apple.
It's going to
orange.
say death no matter
That's it.
what because of the king's trick. Does the prince know that the king did his trick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The prince is told.
But they should leave right away. Can't they?
They can't do that. There are all sorts of guards standing around. This is a king. He has the ultimate power. Right?
No, there's someone who has more power than the king.
Not in that room, though.
If he was an emperor, he could have more power than the king.
There was no emperor in that room, though. You're right. Poor prince.
What can he do?
What can he do?
There's no solution.
But he's a very clever prince. And I will tell you. We will tell you. He did think of something.
Why does the king hate the prince?
Because the king didn't want the prince to marry his daughter and take his daughter away from him.
I think I know. Or he just didn't want anyone to inherit. Let me predict. Let me predict. Someone else.
There's no prediction, he got somehow alive and married the princess. But you have to come up with a solution for him.
Because both pieces of paper Say death.
So he took one piece of paper out and it said, death. And all the king's guards are standing around. What did it say? What did it say?
Right. So what does he do?
Life. It says life.
But he has to
Then they
show
say,
it.
let me see.
He has to show it.
But he has to show it. That is right. Yeah, he can take a pencil out of there and just erase it and then write
As soon as he
down.
starts erasing it, if he opens it, everybody can see that. There are big cameras on top.
There was no
looking at
cameras back in the time of cameras.
that. Well, there are still kingdoms now. I'm sorry, there are kingdoms now. There's a kingdom
Yeah, but
Yes,
in the medieval time, which was back then, in the time of spears and stuff.
But this is now, right?
Don't use
Well,
We have to be
now.
now.
The second thing, it's a magical kingdom, so everything is possible, even the cameras.
It's a prince.
Sorry.
The prince has magical powers. He can put a spell on that glitters the paper to make it to life, and then
Wrong
make it
direction.
short.
Wrong direction. He is not just a king. Prince has no magic, but he is really smart, and he finds a solution.
He finds a solution, then
Yes.
break the cameras and then defeat all the guards, and then break the
No, there are too many guards. He can't break anything.
I think they searched him when he came in too, in case there was any funny business.
Yeah, just like when they searched it and sent the metro and then
Exactly.
they searched us coming down
That's
here.
right. X-ray machines and everything.
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, probably not X-ray machines. They just search your
But still, he figured out how
and
to do
they
that.
empty your pockets.
Yeah.
So,
He didn't have anything with him.
Nothing. No pencil, nothing.
Wow.
just him.
There's no solution. And also, what if
Yes.
it was drawn in pen? Then you couldn't have done it.
What do you think,
couldn't have
Meg?
erased it. Okay, we're gonna take this more out.
Oh, and what, Meg?
I know there is a solution. No, but what is the solution? If you know it, if you know that there's a solution.
Are you planning to
That's
walk
the
around, kids? Are you planning to stay here? Yes. So we are here, walking around. Think about it. And come back to us with a I'm not giving this one away.
That's right, because we're doing this stuff.
Yeah, we are doing that again this afternoon. I'm not giving that away.
That's a good idea.
Why?
Okay, well, you have all time you want,
The
Think about
princess-
it. And if you have an idea, come to me, come to any of us here.
They don't have it.
We'll listen to you.
Well, like, but then the guards would go after. The
Okay,
guards would go after.
okay. We are not giving that away. Think. There is a solution. He is not using any force. He is a nice prince. But he is smart.
The only thing, the only thing he has,
It's 25.
Andrew, the only thing that he has with him
It's his clothes.
is his brain. That's it. All he has is
He
this.
doesn't have any skin.
All he has is that brain with him.
And he doesn't have any clothes. He does like crazy apple on the floor. He's on the brain. No, a brain.
Yes, say that to everybody.
Yeah, Meg, here.
And a princess skin.
Okay, Meg has an idea. Meg.
I can't see now. I have an idea.
What is it?
Maybe he
Say it, Meg.
Maybe he thinks his way out.
Yes, he definitely thinks his way out. How?
Dig with his hands.
Oh, digs.
Did? No.
No, he can stomp on the ground and make the floor fall. And then he'll fall through.
It's not his.
Okay, Gabe, you are thinking about in the wrong direction. He can't has, he doesn't have any power. He is not that strong. The only thing that we can tell you about the prince that he's really, really smart. That's what we can tell you.
He's strong
And that's it, That's enough. Okay, well, walk around.
Come back.
Come back.
What?
Come back to us the solution.
What?
Is there